With real estate agents on assignment deals. How do you do it? This is something we've been doing more of lately because we're listing on the MLS for dispositions. We had to dial in our process this week because we kept making it up with each new transaction because we hadn't done it that much. We're like, how did we do this? Anyway, shout out to my son, Jasper Cool, for helping us by sharing his process. So how do we go about this, working with agents? One, let them know it's an assignment of contract. Ask them if they have experience with this. This is a big one. If they don't have any experience with it, then you're going to have to walk them through the process and take them by the hand. Because, some real estate agents have been misinformed that it's illegal or it can't be done, or they're wary of wholesalers because some wholesalers, have a bad rap. So you have to walk them through it. If they don't know how, if they do know how, bonus, then be like, great, well, let's roll. Request that you use your own contracts, or better yet, tell them that you plan to use your own contracts and your lawyer because they know how to do assignments and your contract works. This will fly some of the time, but most of the time agents are beholden to their broker and they will say they can't use anything but the real estate commission contract that's in our state, North Carolina. It's 14 pages long. If you have to use the real estate commission contract and you don't see another way around it, still ask to use your closing attorney because that gives you some measure of control and you know that your closing attorney knows how to do assignments. If they insist on using their closing attorney, you must confirm that that attorney does assignments of contract and has done them before. For us, this can be a deal breaker. We do not want to work with attorneys who do not like wholesalers, don't think that assignments are legal, or don't want to do assignments, or don't know how to do them. It's a place where we do draw a line in the sand. If you can't change the attorney and the attorney does not do assignments, then the next thing is that you'd have to do an A to B, B to C close. So if you don't want to walk away from the deal and you're stuck with an attorney who will not do assignments, then the next layer of that would be to do an A, B, B, C, where you actually buy the property and then sell it to the buyer. So you, in that case, need to have the funds to purchase the property, and you'll pay some extra closing costs, which is one of the reasons we do assignments. We don't have to pay closing costs on every deal. Getting the contract signed when using the real estate commission contract, the logistics of it. You sign as the seller. You check a box on the real estate contract that says seller does not own the property yet. You'll inform the real estate agent that the seller will sign all of the closing documents, but they're not going to be signing the contract. You create an assignment addendum, which the real estate agent's buyer will sign. It basically states that the buyer is taking over your contract in order to purchase, and they are taking over the terms that you agreed to with the seller. Also, that you'll be paid an assignment fee at closing from the buyer's funds. The agent and/or the buyer may request a copy of your contract with the seller. This is understandable. They're agreeing to terms. They want to know what they're agreeing to. You can give them the full contract, or you can redact the financial parts if you want. They'll still see those at closing unless you do a really special type of HUD, but they're going to see it at closing. Most buyers are fine with you making a fee as long as they're getting the property for the price that they want. Even if the buyer insists on using their attorney, I recommend having your own attorney do the seller side documents. This ensures that you have some control over the process, and also your attorney will know how to do assignments and can coach the other attorney and the agent if necessary. You'll be paying closing costs anyway with a real estate agent because they'll expect to split the closing costs traditionally. You can put in your agreement with the seller that the buyer pays all closing costs, but you'll often get pushback from the agent and the buyer because what they're used to is, the traditional split of the seller paying the seller costs. So this is another place where you can negotiate this. You can draw a line in the sand and say, no way, you have to pay all closing costs, or you can just expect that you're going to pay some seller closing costs. In our case, it's worth it because we pay our closing attorney $300 or $350 to do our closing documents and to interface with the buyer's attorney. And it's worth it for us to pay that to have some control and have some agency in the process. Once everything's signed, then the real estate agent will get it to the closing attorney. You'll get documents to your attorney and inform them that you want them to do the seller side on the closing. Give your attorney's contact information to the buyer's real estate agent as well. And that's how we're working with real estate agents now. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. If you're doing this on a regular basis, leave a note in the comments.